Okay, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is I Bring It Every Day, and my name is Kelly, and hopefully you're here today for some motivation. So please like, share, and subscribe if you think this is helpful, and leave a comment. And I always like positive feedback. So here we go. Let me see. All right, now. Okay, let me see if this is better. I gotta move this way. Here we go. Aha. So anyway, my channel name is I Bring It Every Day, and my name is Kelly. And about 6 months ago, or a little bit longer than that, I decided to try to bring some positivity, to social media, specifically YouTube, because we were going through some things. I guess some of the people that I was in a group with, and so we just decided to try to think more positively and to start off the week. So anyway, so the bottom line is I wanted to have everybody sort of start the week off on a positive note and sort of get you revved up to be, to get ready to face life, right? Now, as part of this whole thing, what I like to talk about, oh, good morning. There's VJ. Good to see you. I like to talk about planning, because it's the beginning of the week. And I guess if I was a little bit more wise, I would do it on a Sunday night, maybe. But I try not to do anything that's too urgent. Like, in other words, right before bed, I try to relax before I go to bed. So my plan is so like I said, what I try to do is plan out my week to a certain extent and kind of say on Monday, I want to do this. On Tuesday, I want to do that, at least accomplish that. Wednesday, I want to accomplish something else, and then go from there, and then go throughout the week. And so basically what I do is I live stream on Mondays, and I usually do about 45 minutes to an hour, just talking about, motivation. And then Wednesday, I meet up with, because I do some crochet. So you see a little bit of yarn back there. I do crochet and knit. So I meet up with my crochet group, usually on Wednesdays. And then Friday, I do cooking, 6 p.m. Eastern, where I sort of tried to make my life a little bit better by eating a little bit better. And for some of you that don't know, I'm kind of a reformed junk food person. I won't say I was a junk food person, but I was definitely somebody who, just ate all the stuff, grew up eating candy, grew up eating a lot of baked goods and things like that. Because I lived in an area where there was a lot of bakeries and things like that. But, as you get older, you realize that there's certain things that you want to do in life and that you have to sort of plan for them. And usually it's financial, at least for me. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you the first motivational quote that jumped off the page at me today. And I sort of look at these, randomly just to rev myself up. And hopefully this will rev you up too. And so this is from Babe Ruth. And he says, you just can't beat the person who never gives up. And that's Babe Ruth. And I think this is a good place to start the week off, because remember, the only thing that really defeats you is if you don't try, So the bottom line is, you can't be beaten if you don't give up. So, and then the other thing is you really have to try whatever that thing is that you want to do. You have to get off your butt and do something. And that is that's reality of life, So I think, so it's Monday and I'm saying you cannot beat the person who never gives up. And that's, like a little adage that I've lived by in my life, because, like everybody says, life isn't easy, but, you have to keep going, when you have your successes and failures. And that's kind of the way it is. So, VJ, you're up early. So what do you have any plans for this week? I recognize VJ. Good to see you. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, welcome in. I appreciate you coming in. Let me see what else we got here. So that's the first, thought of the day. And tell me what you think of that, VJ. Does that make any sense to you? Because there's actually two. Yeah. It's sort of two rolled up into one, because like I said, if you can get out of bed, but you have to, you always have to put action, behind all these plans that you might have. So there's that. Yes. All right. And then, so after not giving up, well, first of all, you have to take the action. Second of all, you got to continue doing the action. So you can't give up. And then this is from Franklin Roosevelt. And he said, when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. And that's the deal. You got to hang on. You got to keep going, you know? And it's tiring. It can be tiring, but it's something that you have to do. Yeah. Oh boy, so we got Suzanne. Good to see you. Welcome. We have Connor. Welcome in. Connor Cosmic Kid. How are you guys doing today? VJ saying, let's see, hold on. I'm updating my shop. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I need to, like, I have an empty shop. So I need to put some things in my shop. That's kind of the deal. Let's see, we got Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures. Welcome in. Good morning. Oh, what did I cook Friday? I cooked, oh my goodness. I should oh, we did ribs. We did ribs, beef ribs. And I don't know if you've ever had those, but those are really good. And the reason that I did the beef ribs was it was on sale. Well, not on sale, but the price was low this week, so I was able to afford it. And so that's like the thing that I've been trying to do also with the eating well is try not to spend too much money because if you've been to the grocery store, everybody knows it's pretty expensive for everything. So this particular week, if I see steak or beef for like $4 or $5.99, I buy it. And that's the only time I buy it. But if it's more than that, and it usually is, it's usually $8.99, $9.99 a pound. So yes. Okay. So okay. We got MOBS Play Some More. Good morning. Good to see you. Actually, you know what's funny? I have to find a new phrase for saying morning, because you know what the word morning means? It's like when you're mourning a death. And it's interesting that that's the phrase that people use. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people say good day. I like that. And grand rising, things like that. So I like the word grand rising or good day much better than good morning, which is very interesting. Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Oh boy. I hate to tell you this. I don't know his albums because I only know, singles here and there. But I'm not as big of a music person as I used to be. I have a lot of vinyl, you know, digital downloads, things like that. But I really don't buy music like I used to. And there's a lot of reasons. I mean, the main thing, yeah. So sorry, but I will tell you if you like instrumental music, I've been really listening to. There's a oh boy, now I'm gonna say I've been listening to. There's a jazz artist. He's passed away. His name was Ahmad Jamal. Ahmad Jamal, and he was a piano player, and he did jazz, and had a very long career. Had about a 50-year career. But anyway, he passed away at like 99 or 100 last year, and he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and so sort of my hometown ish. And I've been listening to him, and it's very weird because it's very, very calm and soothing, and he's got some really good jazz. So that's kind of where I've been the last couple of months. But yeah, there it is. So now, what's your favorite Kendrick Lamar? You can tell me that one. Mel was here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. Fresh and fire. Hello. And beef ribs are delicious. We do the same when they're on sale. We stick to those bad boys in the freezer. Yes. And that's a very good tip. That's a good shopping tip. Oh, yeah. I do like that song. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. That one's kind of funny. But all that beefing is very interesting too. Yeah. Oh, we got hashtag VOM. Good morning. Okay. But yeah, I've been on YouTube. See, what's interesting about YouTube is I've been watching a lot of old music performers performing live, like it was live at the time. And there's some really good music of groups that were playing. And so I grew up in playing in the orchestra and things like that. And so I really like live music. So I really think if you ever get a chance, to see somebody live, it's really really interesting. And I just like the beautiful music. You know what I mean? And I like to hear the instrument, the instruments playing and things like that. Yeah, no, I know it is spelled differently, but there's a theory, VJ. Yeah, morning is spelled differently. But what's interesting is, ooh, want some conspiracy early on Monday morning? Well, they're saying that that's not by accident. In other words, it's sort of like cursing people. It's you know what a curse is, right? It's sort of like going, "Bleh, I want to wish you poorly, wish you not well." That's kind of part of that good morning greeting. And somebody pointed that out to me who was really gifted in English. And there are a lot of words like that that have different meanings but the same spelling. I think it's homonyms. No, they sound the same. If anybody no, not synonym. And any of the English majors, if you can remind me what the correct word is. But that's one of the see, they're saying that a lot of the the United States is run by people who have evil intent, and this is one of them. The people that did the dictionary, things like that. And I went, ooh, interesting, because there's a lot of words like that, and it's very cursy, very cursy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, hashtag VOM. Good to see you. And Blue Chicken. Wow, I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you. Peace. Thanks for stopping in. Yes. Let's see what else we got. So that's the whole thing with the good morning. Yeah, it's very interesting. Sorry. Don't break my bubble this early in the morning. Yeah. So, but there's that. And there's other examples of it. And I just can't even think of. Oh, there's another example. So that spelling class, well, where you had to learn how to write when you were in grade school, and they call it cursive. And that's another curse. Like it's like curse, 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 curse. You know what I mean? That's another example. Now, why don't they call it lettering, but they call it cursive, and it has the word curse in it? Yeah, interesting, right? So there's that. So like I said, so trying to stay on the positive side of it all, I just say, hey, or I'm like, hey, or hi. And then the funny thing is, like the word hello, they were, this guy was pointing out that it has an interesting word in it, which is very cursy also. And I went, oh my gosh, that is crazy. But it's interesting. It's like the English language is very, very interesting. Yeah. Yep. We got there's Rosalie's here. Oh yeah. Hey Rosalie, good to see you. Good to see you. So I say that too. I'll say good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Yes. She's saying good. Let's see. She's welcoming in everybody, saying hey to everybody. Yeah. So that's why I kind of say what I say. Because like I said, I never really thought about it. So that's, so there it is. So yeah, so for the people that may have missed before you the motivation, like I said, you want to make sure that you remember that, you can't be beaten, if you never give up. You can't be beaten if you never give up. And that's a little bit of a twist on what Babe Ruth said. So I'm going to put it in the chat. And this is going to be the thing. We got to keep going. Yes. And that's in life, whether that's YouTube or something else. You know what I mean? You got to keep going. So here we go. I'm going to put this in the chat, and I'm going to pin it. And I just want this to stay in your mind as you work your way through the day, or through the week, through the day and the week. So, but I like this one because this is where I'm feeling today. I want to do this. Sorry, I'm falling out of frame here, but I'm typing on another device. Yes, but this is cool. I like it. Yes. Now, what are my plans for this week? If you're curious, what's funny? I don't have. Yes. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Suzanne doesn't like that, but yeah, but I just think it's interesting, though. You know what I mean? I just think it's interesting. That's all I'm saying. It's just interesting, and if you look through the English language, there's some interesting stuff, and that's all I'm saying. Yes, yes, yeah. So that's where I am. But like I said, I think about maybe I spend too much time thinking about certain things, but I just know, I just sit there and watch. I'm sort of a student of life, you know, and I just, yeah, that's where I am. I'm a student of life, and I watch people and I see what they do. Yep. And a lot of people, like some of my relatives and things, something will go right by them, and they'll go, "Oh, I didn't see that," and it's right in front of their face. Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, that's the stuff, kind of stuff that I'm just a really close observer of human behavior, and I think that's where I'm at. Yeah, yes, yes, I see it all. I see a lot more than people think I see. That's all I'm saying. Yes, yes. But this is from Babe Ruth. So I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna pin this one. And I like this. This is good. All right. Babe Ruth. That's a good one. All right. So now let me just see here. Yes, yes. And I'm gonna stick to this one as well. This is the next one. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. And this is from the Dalai Lama. Yep. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Yep. And I'm going to put that in the chat room too. And also in the description. We'll do that. So there it is. Yes, yes. Now, what do you guys, I guess if everybody wants to share, like what else are you guys working on? I usually don't like to necessarily ask that. But if you want, if you want to share that, that's fine. You can do that. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, now, which one? Fresh and Fire. Oh, and actually, thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate you popping in. And how's life treating you? Yeah. Yes. Oh, so is that regarding the Babe Ruth? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I never really thought about it. You know what I mean? Like you think about it, but like I said, when you see it, for me, when I see it written down, it really resonates more because I am a student of language, and I do listen and watch what people say and do. I really do, because it's very, very telling. It really is. Yeah. So there's that. But I like that one there. Yes, and thanks for also being a member, Fresh and Fire. Really appreciate it. And also hashtag VOM. And make sure you check out their channels. And they're very nice people. Yeah. Oh, and we got DOI Creations. Good to see you. Yes. Let me see if I can get you. There we go. Good morning. Good to see you. Yes. All right. So I'm going to put this one. Oh, actually, both. Oh, good words to live by. We're good. Rebuilding the herb garden. So you're limping. Yeah. I bet the storm, because I know the storm got a couple of our plants too. And so, but so far, like all the herbs are doing okay. Like that's what I'm doing. Yes. Yeah. Our herbs are doing well. And actually the corn, like we grew some corn. So the corn's doing okay. And we planted it probably a little too late. We probably should have planted it a couple of weeks before we did, but we should get it at the probably the mid September, end of September, if I'm calculating correctly. So that's going to take a minute. Yes, that's a good one. All right. And I've said this one also. I'm going to go to the next one here in just a few thoughts. Oh, okay. Oh, so Jeanette didn't do anything. Yeah, that was us last year. We tried to grow a little bit. So you didn't grow anything this year, but hopefully next year. Yeah, last year we got all these seeds and everything, and then I don't know if the weather was bad. Like there was something going on. Like I want to say it was just like thunderstorms and things like that. And we just never got out in the yard. And by the time the storms and everything ended, the summer was pretty much gone. Like the planting time was gone. Because it was cold last year, a little bit colder last year than it was this year. But yeah, that was for us too. So let's see. Oh, here it is. Yes. So here's the next one. So attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. And this is from Winston Churchill. And I'm going to put this in the chat also. Let's do that. Actually, I'll put this one here. Is let's see. Thing that makes a big difference. Oh no, raccoons. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, they are messy. And they were getting like we had chickens for a while. This is years ago. We had chickens. They were getting into the food, the feed or trying to get to the feed, and so that was a pain. Yeah, that we had issues with that. It makes a big. Oh, sorry, Winston Churchill. So I'm gonna put this one in too. So so this is to start our week off, on a good note, and just to just keep these ideas in your mind as you're going through your day. And when things look not as positive or if they're looking a little bleak, then you can look at these things and go, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean? And I do this for myself, when I start my week out as well. All right, so I'm going to put this one here. There we go. So there's that. And let's do one more. This is the other one I wanted to make sure we talked about. Oh yeah, and I had a good time at Jeanette had a really good live stream yesterday. And it was good. Yeah, it's really cool. We were talking about a lot of stuff. Yes. Oh, so Suzanne saying I gave up on backyard gardening due to bugs and critters. Yeah, last year was interesting. And we had critters too. And this year there's a lot of wasps. I don't know what's going on, but they're out there trying to build and take over everything. And I'm like, like they're in all the plants. I don't know what these wasps are doing. They're by the front door. They keep trying to build and we're trying to get them out of there. But yeah, we just have so many wasps this year. And I'm trying to think any other bugs. No, nothing too crazy. Yes. I'm gonna put this one in here too. But yeah. So that's the evil plan of the channel today is we're talking about starting our week off right, getting our mind right, and then just trying to work and work toward whatever goals that you have. Yep. Yes, here we go. Period. Okay. And I think this is it. These are my four. I don't want to overwhelm you with the quotes. But this morning I was just I'm a little all over the place, but this is what has been touching my heart, this morning. So this is where I'm at. All right, now. Yes. I pinned Babe Ruth. So there's this one. Dalai Lama. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. And then, okay. So Suzanne's got the critters. Yeah, we saw that. Bugs and critters. And then Fresh and Fire saying the Winston Churchill quote still needs to be on a t-shirt. Yes. I've seen so many people block their blessings because of bad attitudes. Ooh, that's a beautiful. All right now. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yes. Yep. Yeah. That happens. I've seen it. And then Jeanette DOI saying, I think it's good to have daily goals as well as weekly. Yeah. So just talking a little bit, just expounding on that a little bit. I mean, what I learned, and I don't know if anybody else learns kind of a similar thing. Yeah. So usually what I do, I like to sort of before the week when I was working like full time and everything like that, I used to try to sort of lay out a little bit of a plan, like maybe Sunday night or Saturday night, and just kind of go, okay, I want to do this. But I try to make sure I get a good night's sleep. See, the whole thing is I don't want to think too heavily right before going to bed. So I would sort of do it throughout the day and kind of think about it. But I would say, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. These are some of the things that I want to do. These are the people that I want to connect with and things like that. And the thing about it is there's goals can be, regarding any part of your life. So it could be exercise goals, health goals, religious goals, spiritual goals, family goals, things like that. So, so you really have to, not say, I don't want you to overthink, but you really have to figure out what the heck you want to do. You know what I mean? So there's for the youth, so a lot of us are YouTubers, content creators, we have to say, okay, these are a couple of things that I want to work out on my channel. I might want to do like daily, like Jeanette's saying, Maybe Monday I want to do this, Tuesday I want to do that, Wednesday I want to do that. I'm going to spend X number of hours. Like you want it to be real specific, you know, because goals are like, you really have to sort of have a plan of how you're going to, move toward those goals. So there's a little bit of that that has to kind of take place as well. So you want to put, you want a broad general thing, and then you just sort of want to, squeeze into there and figure out like the steps that you're going to need to do to get there. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people do. They say, "Oh, I want this," but then you have to take some steps. There's always some actionable steps that you have to take along the way. And so there's short-term goals. So a short term might be daily, it might be weekly. At least for me, that would be, sort of a shorter term goal. But like a monthly is on the line. It's sort of, getting a little bit longer. And then there's 3 months, 6 months, a year. Like a lot of people have 5-year plans. And in 5-year plans, I'm not a fan of 5-year plans. But because they're very, very long, the time frame is so long that so many things, there's so many moving parts that those usually fall apart. But but I guess it's good to look forward, to that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's kind of the way I look at sort of like goal setting. You just want to say, oh, I want to get to this. I want to produce 5 videos this week. I don't know. I'm just picking out random stuff, but things like that. And then I said, I'm going to film, 3 hours a day or 1 hour a day. And I don't know, whatever it is, you have to sort of put the steps in. But that's kind of an example I would give. And oh, yeah. So Suzanne's cutting grass. Morning goal, cut grass since it's cool outside. That's a good idea. And dry. Afternoon goal, finish knitting blanket. Okay. And how big is your blanket? Yeah, knitting a blanket takes a minute, doesn't it? Yes. I had one, it just took forever. Took forever. But one of the things that I'm doing today is I've been doing some donations, and I have some hats made, so I'm going to be taking those to my group. I don't think I'm going to be in my group this week because I have some family stuff that I'm going to be taking care of on Wednesday. But I'm going to be out and about amongst the stores. So there's some good craft stores in that area. So, and I may pop in there and see what's happening and in some thrift stores. So unfortunately, my family's going to be doing this activity and I'm going to be shopping. So I'm just going to be like browsing, seeing what's happening. So that's kind of my goal. I already know like what Wednesday's pretty much booked for me. But today I'm putting together some donations because when we go to this thrift store, we usually bring something in before we take something out. That's the plan. Now it doesn't always work out that way, but usually what I try to do is donate. If I bring something in, I'm trying to bring something out of the house. Yeah, so that things don't get crazy. So we've been sort of doing that and going through just like some old clothes and stuff like that and donating. And then I have some donations that I made, crochet hats and stuff like that, that we donate to. There's a homeless shelter and a church that does prayer shawls. So there's a couple things like that. So those kind of things I'm putting together. But VJ was talking about her store. Yep, I need to be working on mine. I have not been good doing that. So thanks for kicking me, for that when I need that. Yes. But anyway, good to see you. Jeanette, thanks for coming. Have a good day at work. And let's see. And Suzanne said has 6 balls, 230 yards, Karen baby cakes. Those are really nice. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, we were talking about cakes in somebody's live. I guess it was MOBS had a live stream the other day. We were talking about those Karen cakes. And they're very nice. Yeah, they're very pretty. The colors are great. And they're good. And let's see. Fresh and Fire saying, I love making my goals daily, but it's so frustrating when I don't finish. Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, think about it. See, the whole thing is you have to remember nobody's perfect. And you only have a limited amount of time. And that's kind of the other thing that I want to say too, is that you only have a limited amount of time. And sometimes things come up that are not in your control because we can't control everything, even though people want to, but you can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay if you don't finish them all. And also too, I mean, I don't know like what your health situation is, but A lot of people, their health, like they can't work at a fast pace constantly, constantly, constantly. They have to, take breaks and things like that. And you really should. That's kind of important. And that's the whole thing once again. And I always talk about this. I always talk about balance. You have to have balance in your life. You can't work, work, work. You have to work and then you have to play a little bit to sort of keep yourself and your mental health in balance. Yeah, I think. And I don't know, what you guys think of that, but it's really really important because I know I didn't really learn that from my family. We were always taught like you got to keep working. Things will get better if you keep working. But mental health wise, you do need some time, and you have to give yourself grace. And I think that's the other thing. A lot of people don't give themselves grace because like you have these high expectations. I mean, hopefully you have high expectations, but like I said, you can't do everything every day, but you try to set your goals a little bit higher than what you think you can do. And even if like I said, even if you don't meet it exactly, you're going to come really close. And sometimes you might exceed it. You never know. See, that's the whole thing. And so that you have to give yourself some grace on that for sure. Yeah. So that's it. Man, that's crazy. Yep. So those are kind of that's sort of like where I was in terms of motivation. Like I don't want to like I said, confuse people too much. But remember, like I said, you set your goals, you work your goals, you work your plan, you know what I mean? And then, work your steps to get to your goals, which is your plan. And then and you just keep going, you know what I mean? And every day, if you move just a little bit further ahead, like you don't have to do everything every day, but you can always and then remember you can always like if you get to let's say you set 5 goals and you got 4 done, then you can tack that other one on to the next day. I mean, that's how sort of how I live, I just and then and sometimes, if you find out that maybe that thing that you had planned wasn't really worth your time. Like, sometimes things don't work out like that. And and then you say, "Oh, I want to do something else." And that happens. So you have to be willing to be flexible and move on from there. Yeah. So that's it. That's really good. But I'm trying to think anything else. So that's really all I got, for this week. But like I said, check me out on Wednesday. I'm going to be doing some shopping. So if you want to check out, I'm going to probably be in Hobby Lobby and Michael. This place has Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and 2 thrift stores. So I'm like, woo! I'm going to be busy on Wednesday. That's going to be the big day. And then Friday I should be cooking. I'm not sure what I'm cooking yet. I'm going to be looking. I have a couple of things that I have on the in my plan, but it really depends on like what the supermarket has. And I was in the supermarket yesterday, and what did they have? They had chicken breasts. That was the thing that was pretty reasonable this week. But for some crazy oh, where am I going? Okay. Yeah, so I have a my husband and my daughters are going to this knife throwing class, axe throwing class, I guess what they call it. And it's long. And then they're gonna forge a knife, which is so this is a big arts and crafts kind of thing. And it's right near this mall. It's right near this mall in like Michael's, Joanne, um, Hobby Lobby, and there's 2 thrift stores. There's a church one. Actually, there's 3. There's a Salvation Army, a Goodwill, and a church thrift store. So I'm gonna like while they're doing that, I'm gonna be running around just checking out. Yes. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, you love it. Okay, you love the shop. All right. So check me out on Wednesday if you feel bored. So it's gonna be from like 9 to 2, something like that. So I'm gonna be out there. Yeah. So I'm gonna just see what's happening. Um, and like I said, the thrift stores there are pretty good. They're a little bit better than the ones that are near me. And it seems like people have I don't know, like I've seen a lot of craft stuff in there. I've seen a lot of they have a lot of Target stuff. Like I know the one Goodwill's getting a lot of stuff from Target, which is interesting. Oh, this is Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Yeah. And so we have so where I live is kind of on the edge. Like people aren't, you know, there, well, we have sort of, well, we do. We have like the haves and have-nots. We really do. We have the haves and have-nots, and so thrift stores are usually pretty good here. And a lot of time, like the other day, I went into the thrift store and I saw this person had a Barbie. You know those Barbie sets you see them. It's got like the for example, like the Barbie veterinarian. It has all these little pieces and stuff. And somebody, I swear that just came out, like not that long ago, but I saw the whole set in the thrift store, and I thought to myself, some person bought this for their kid, and they probably played with it for a couple of months, and it's gone. I said, "Wow, I've never seen brand new toys like just barely used in the thrift store. Usually they're bad. Usually you see them, they're kind of beat up. No, not this. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I just happened to notice it because of the little dogs. They had these little dogs that come with it. And I just I recognized the dogs more so than the Barbie. And I went, oh, okay. But then I've seen like I said, Target. They have a lot of stuff that's still in boxes, and whatever they don't sell, clothing, furniture, things like that. They've been giving it to Goodwill for about at least a year or two in my area, and I don't know about other people's areas, but I've been seeing that. And yeah, so there's a lot going on there. So I'm always just curious to see what they have in there. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So let's see. I put all the motivation. Put Winston Churchill. Knife forging sounds like fun. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I just figured those guys, I'm letting my daughters do it because they don't they've been like they've been working, and they're sort of new in the workforce. And so, it's kind of a good way, they can hang out with their dad and do manly stuff. And they're both fairly artistic, so that's kind of their jam. So I'm letting them do that. And it's expensive. So I just want to tell you, it's pricey. And I can't remember. Yeah, this pricey. Yeah, this is several $100s going out the door. So, but they do feed you, which is nice. Yeah. Oh, VJ, really? Okay. We're learning a lot about VJ. I did not know that. Wow. Are you good? Yeah. But they do this axe throwing, and this lady, when I was working, my last job I worked at, I met a lady that did that. And she was getting the right in the center. It was like the targets. She was hitting the targets with the axe, and I was like, because she had all the video. She was showing me all the video of her doing that, and that was pretty impressive. And I said, okay. Oh, but here's something. I'll show you this. This is like a weird thing I'm working on, and this is I think Suzanne might like this. I don't know if you've ever done this stitch. Let me see if I can pull this out. Oh, used to throw not anymore. Very rusty. Yeah, oh, you're rusty. Yeah, it's hard. Now this is a stitch I've never seen, Suzanne. So I'm trying to figure it out here. But I forget what they call this. It's a cable stitch for knitting, and I'll show you. Oops, I almost lost it's falling off my needle here. Shame on me. All right, here we go. Just gonna stick that back on there for now. But I found this in the thrift store, and I said I really like this stitch. And I got in this. No, I didn't find this in the thrift store. I bought this. So what happened was, this lady a few months ago was clearing out her stuff, like all of her crafting things. So she had looms, sewing machines, you name it, crochet hooks, knitting needles, paper stuff, sergers. I mean, just so many things. And my husband and I went in there, and we cleaned her out, like not of anything of any consequence, but she did this scarf. And this is the cable stitch, I believe, in knitting. And I've never done it before, but I found it in my knitting book. So I'm gonna finish it because she's got one more skein of yarn. I'm gonna try to see if I can match her tension. So I don't know. We'll see. So I pulled it out just to figure out what the stitch was. But she had bags and bags of yarn, and this was sort of, put in. This was inside of one of them. But anyway, I found the stitch, and I said, "Oh, now I can do it." But it's not hard. But you definitely have to do some counting. And I'll see if I can find the page here. See if I can find it. I don't know. So this is my massive knitting book. See this thing? The knitting book. Vicky Hoffenden and Frederica Patmore. Yeah. So, but anyway, they in here they have knitting patterns, and I found it, so I was like, "Yay!" I was very very happy. Let me see techniques. I think it was around 300 and some, but that was very good. Yeah. So, but in here, like they have a lot of. This has amigurumi. It has blankets. It has all the knitting patterns. It has the sort of the intarsia, like this with the patterns, which is pretty cool. So, but anyway, I found the stitch, so I was very happy because I sort of knew what it was, but then I didn't because it's a stitch I've never done. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. But it's pretty cool. Cable stitch. Cable stitch 57 zigzag cable. Oh, there's a lot of cables in here. I forgot knitting has a lot of cables. Holy smoke. But anyway, I believe it's the cable stitch is what they called it. So I said, I'm going to try it and see what happens. But this is really nice. And see, and they even have Tunisian in knitting, which I didn't know. See, like a lot of crocheters are doing this Tunisian. Look at this. But there it is. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me see if I can get over there. There's some of this Tunisian. I see this stitch a lot in crochet. I forget what they call that. But yeah, they do that with knitting also. So that's the this one here. This is that DK. They call it, what does it stand for? It's dk.com. There's their site. dk.com. And I think I don't know if it's from England. It's foreign country. I want to say, where is this printed? I'll tell you. It's made in the United States. I don't know why. Something about this, like, I noticed that the people that are in there are very, very exotic. Vicky Haffenden. Yeah. So it's called the knitting book, yarns, techniques, and stitches. Now I got this from Ollie's about a year ago. And but you can find it on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is a $40 book. Let me see if you can see this there. But it's $40 USA, 52 Canada. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, and it's heavy. It's got like massive. You could do some weightlifting with this thing. It's very very heavy. Yeah, but I found this at Ollie's, and they had a crochet one very similar. And I don't have that one near me, but it's kind of the same thing. So when you go in there, they show you everything and more that you need to know about, knitting. But there's a crochet one. It's very similar. And see, I like this feather and fan stitch. That's like my next thing. I want to sort of do this feather and fan. And I've seen this in the thrift store. Like a lot of people, there must be a lady around here that's been making these, but this is crazy. Yeah. And I've been seeing a lot of, with the yellow. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of blankets knitted that way. And I said, "Ooh, I like that stitch." So I'm going to probably get on that one. That's another bucket list. I have a lot of buckets. Yep. So they're talking about yarn, hanks, skeins, what it's made out of, the balls, the cones, my favorite. And, all this increases, decreases. So all those things that you need to know, but it's good. And for me, I don't really do a whole lot of knitting patterns. And so I guess that's my bucket list at some point, in the next 6 months, I'll probably be working on that. Yeah. So very good. All right. So, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Check Amazon. And I think some people, because when I showed a while back on somebody else's live stream, I showed the crochet one. The crochet one's really good too. And that they're both really good. And they're worth every penny. Whatever you pay for it, it's worth it. Because you're getting everything, in here. But it's nice. It's nice when you see a stitch and you don't know what it is, you can look it up. Because like I said, that feather and fan, I was seeing that around. And Thought I saw somebody run by. Here's this is the entrelac, which I love, and I have not done it yet. I think I did one little sample of the entrelac, which I thought was pretty good. But it shows you how to do it. Yeah. But I like that as well. Yep. But it does take, it takes a minute and you have to count. So that's where I get into trouble because I don't always count. And then they even have amigurumi in here if you're into that. So, but I don't think I'm gonna. Well, I don't know. If I do amigurumi by knitting, I'm gonna have to make it really small because I get a little not frustrated, but I want to like wrap. I want to wrap it up and get it done. Yeah. Yeah. Here's short rows. This is the other thing I got to get on this too. Short rows. Let me see if I can get this in the shot. There we go. This thing is heavy. Short rows. Yep, and how to do them. Yep, very important. So those are some of the skills I got. I trying to kick it up a little bit, kick it up a notch, and working on that. Yes. Okay. Oh, you're doing socks. Yeah, I need to do that too. So Suzanne said my knitting goal is to finish a pair of socks. Yeah, I made one, and then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I like the idea of socks. Yeah, and because you can do the two at once. Now I had a hard time really processing that, but it's a really good idea. Like now I'm seeing the wisdom of doing that if you can. Oh, the short row is for the heel. And so basically what you do is you go like so you have your sock, it's about this wide. And then when you do the heel, you only want the heel to be like half as much or something. So then you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You sort of bind off this little area and go back and forth. And then you make the little flap. So this is sort of the tube and then the little flap. And then it sort of, you put it on the sock like that, to do the little heel. Yeah. So that's what it's for. And I think you sort of do that a little bit in crochet. Not as much, but I have seen a similar kind of a thing in crochet. Yeah. But that's really cool. But like I said, that's the hardest part of the sock is doing the little, I guess they call it a gusset or the flap. I call it the flap. The little heel part is hard. Not hard, but it's, challenging. And that's where most people stumble when they start out, trying to make these things. But is this the mock cable stitch? I think that's what it is. Mock cable stitch. I think this is what it is. Here it is. It's the purple one. Yep. And the lady, her tension was real loose, her knitting. So I have to really, really loosen up my tension. But I'm going to try to finish it because she has one more skein, and I figure it's moderately long right now. Like right now, it kind of I can circle my neck like one time, but then it stops kind of mid chest. But I think if I just want to add a little bit more on there, then I think I might keep this for myself. But I really like it. And sometimes I'll do that if I can figure out what the cut it backwards. If I can figure out what the stitches are. But yeah, she's very, very loose. And I don't know if you can see that. Very, very loose. Tension. Yep. But that's it. Yeah. So, but other than that, that's it. Oh, I'll show you one last thing. I'm still sewing the ends in. Oh, keep going. It's right. Isn't that cool, Suzanne? Thank you. Yeah, I love that. Isn't that pretty? And this yarn is sort of like that Red Heart. I forget what it's called, but it was made by Lion Brand, and it has this halo on it. You know what I mean? It's got the little fuzzy halo there. Yes, you can sort of see it there. But yeah, it's really nice. And I figure I'll just finish it and then, I'll use a scarf. What the heck? Because I don't have anything green. Like I was just thinking, like this is a color I never think of. But it was like a Lion Brand. It was called Jiffy something, and it had a little halo. And it's old, it's like an old yarn. But she had a lot of yarn. And my husband was like, "Do you want to go look at it?" And I said, "Well," and then I said, "Well, where is it?" And she goes, "It's in the trailer in the backyard." And I was like, "Oh Lord!" Like I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. I was like, "Oh no, thank you." But like I said, I've put my sweater together. I'm not going to do the huge reveal, but it's coming together. And it's almost done. So yeah, I put my little, so I still have ends to do. See, so many ends. I've been working these ends like all weekend. I put it down this weekend, but there's the pattern there. And see if I can get a little better shot. There we go. Yep, there's the pattern. So it's going okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, just about finished. So it's like trying to wrap this up, you know? Got to do the wrap it up song like Dave Chappelle. Yes, and that's what I was thinking too, Suzanne. Yeah. I was worried about that. Yeah, she had it in sort of like a horse trailer and it was closed. A lot of it was in tin. I mean, totes. But I don't know. Yeah, I left it there. Yeah. But she was like, "You can just go out and look." I'm like, "No, I'm good." But she had a lot of sewing machines and I could have gotten like some kind of she had almost every Singer sewing machine made from like 1860 something all the way. She had them all. She had every model that you could have possibly wanted. And so my husband and I have been really like we were thinking of trying to get the treadle, the one with the treadle where you don't have to plug it in. And I said, "Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Any kind of machine that where you don't have to use electric would be good." And so yeah. Oh, they can't. Ooh. Okay. Oh no. Oh, Samoan. Hello. Good to see you. So they can do that. Oh, mice can chew through. Oh God. Okay. Now I'm freaking out. Okay. All right. Well, that's good that I didn't even look at it. Hey, Samoan. How are you doing? Hola. Yeah, check out Samoan. He just did a nice video on a boat ride. I'm like, whoo, that's exciting. Yeah, that looked fun. I saw that this morning early. But well, anyway, hopefully you'll have a good day, Samoan. Yeah, we covered all of our. So if you look at the quotation that's pinned to the top, that's sort of where I want everybody to focus. Is you can't be beaten. Let me see. I'm gonna make sure I got this right. Yeah, you can't be beaten. This is Babe Ruth. Let me just read it again. You can't beat the person who never gives up, and that's the just remember that. And I want to leave you with that today. Oh my, yeah, I know. I don't know why, but they freak me out. They really do. And I don't know. They're not that big, but I swear I just hear them rustling around. That's what it is. Like, because I used to live in an old house and they would get in and, it's just like, I'd rather have a lion come in there than a mouse. At least I know what to do with it. But like, they're like in the hidden, they're in the shadows. Like that's why they freak me out. Yes. So there's that. But you guys make sure you have a good week. Work those plans, plan for your week, plan for those things that you want to do. And and even do those stretch things, like they call them stretch goals, where even though it's impossible, not impossible, but it's a crazy dream. And then sometimes you might find that you can make those crazy dreams come true, with just a little planning, right? So, never shoot yourself short. And I'll leave you with that. But we almost made an hour, 55 minutes. I know. I know. That's scary, isn't it? VJ, examine totes. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, I never thought of it. See, I thought a tote would be better. But I guess they can. But if they think there's food, I don't know. It's just weird how they get. Yeah. Yeah, they can if they think there's a little bit of food in there, they'll look. Yeah, that's terrible. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna think about that. But like I said, check out this book, and gotta go cut the grass. We'll see you. Yeah. Yeah, check out this book if you guys are, interested in knitting. It's upside down. The knitting book, and there's a crochet book, the same. It's by this DK Publishers, and their website is this. I'm not sponsored, dk.com. But if you ever want to learn about knitting, it's $40 originally, But this is sort of like everything you need to know about knitting and more. Talks about yarn, all the materials. You get patterns in their stitches and stitch patterns. And that's the thing that you can go and take the stitch patterns and make like a nice sweater, a blanket, whatever you want to do. So this is a great book. And I bought this, from one of my favorite stores, Ollie's, and it was $7.99, but it was a year ago, so it's not there. I'm going to tell you, they had one. It was interesting. They had one crochet book and they had one knitting book, and I was like, okay. And my husband's like, you should buy that. That looks good. And that's rare that he said, go buy that. Okay, Uno. Hey, good morning. Shouldn't say good morning. Hello. Or hey. So, hope you guys have a great week. Let's stay positive. We're going to be kind and, and never give up. Just keep working on those goals and all these things. Oh, what's my secret? Well, I'll tell you. Here's my secret. I'll tell you, Uno. So the secret is nothing. Like I do nothing. So that's my secret. When I say nothing, it's more like I don't mess around with it too much. I try not to play with it because like I feel like sometimes like I've tried some products and things like that when I was younger, and like it would burn my skin or I would break out or something like that. And so I just really just did soap and water, and I put, sometimes I'll put a little bit of moisture on there, but not really often, like because I feel like it's kind of crazy. you get, sometimes you can get too, like I get a little shiny, so I have to sort of, play around with that, but but that's it. And let's see. Okay, Miss Queen Nunu, hey, good to see you. Good morning. All right, thank you. And then you got to drink your water. So I gave up all that bad stuff, so I was telling a friend of mine, I said, like, I don't do, illicit stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I leave that alone, and drink some water, and I don't mess with, like, I try not to mess, because as soon as I start messing with my skin, that's when I had trouble. And I think I had, like, I would break out if I use certain products and things like that. So I just drink water, try to eat reasonably well, and that's it. And then try to, like I said, I'm trying to stay, and then I get a little bit of sleep too. You have to get your sleep. I think that's important. And a lot of people don't necessarily do that if, for whatever reason. But it's just one of those things you just have to do. Yeah. And I like, and like I said, I'm trying to do better. I need to work out more. I'm going to be honest. Like everybody else, well, like most people, I'm not as active as I could be. And, that's on the next, that's the next plan. But I've been doing a lot of, schlepping and toting and lifting. So I think I've had a pretty, couple good days of that. Let's see. All right. So anyway, so you're off to work, Uno? But anyway, thanks for coming in. And here's the water. See, and it says happy birthday, even though it's not my birthday. But I like this glass. I got this from the Dollar Tree. So it's just this random glass. I got it for one of my kids, and they never used it. So there it is. Okay, Uno, there you go. So he's saying, I try to hydrate all day and stay out of the sun. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. I don't want to look like a leather handbag when I get. Well, let me tell you what else makes your skin. The biggest offender of skin is situations is, to me, is smoking, and that that's a big thing. And it's funny. So I was watching this TV show yesterday, and there's an old, well, I'm gonna say, I hate to say older, because she's probably 70, if she's that. To me, 70 is not that old, but there's like a 70-year-old actress. No, she's not 70. She is, hold on, 18. She is almost 70. Yeah, she's getting there. She's probably like 67 or 66. But anyway, I noticed that she aged. So I saw her on this show, and they showed her, she was playing this show where she was very, very anxious, and she was smoking a cigarette. And I saw, and they had the camera like right in her face, and she had all the smoker signs, like around the mouth, you get wrinkles up in here and on the sides. And a little bit around here, you see sometimes on the forehead from all that smoke. But it definitely gets you like around the mouth in this area here. And I went, wow, she is a smoker. And she's really aged. And I thought, like, man, if she wasn't smoking, she would probably be so much better off. But anyway, for so many other reasons. But there's that. Yeah. So that's a, so I thought that was very interesting. And like I said, I never really thought of this person as a smoker because they were always physically fit, but they were a smoker. And it was clear that they were a heavy smoker. So I think that does you in also, Uno. Yeah. So there's that. So we got to leave that alone. But and also, just trying to stay positive. And that has helped me, I think, a little bit. I don't know, lately anyway. So, and that's where I've just been trying to live. Yeah. But thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And, you could be anywhere. And the fact that you come here is great. I really like it. But what I'm going to do is say thank you so much for watching. And then I'm going to play a little bit of my my theme song. This kind of gets me up, and hopefully this gets you up a little bit too. And let's see. Maybe we'll do that. No, I won't do that. But I'll just say thank you for watching. And I'll play a little bit of my theme song. And thank you so much, Drizzle Stank, wherever you are. All right. And we got to dance. Oh, this is the other thing. You got to dance. And when you're down, this helps you lift yourself up. So you gotta start. You feel like you're a little bit down, just kind of get up and move around a little bit. And this is another. And I learned this when I went to work. I couldn't believe it what they showed me, but it helps. You gotta do a little. All right. So like I said, when you're feeling low, turn on some music and jam. It's good. All right. Anyway, it's I Bring It Every Day, and I'm Kelly, and thank you so much for coming. We'll see you so soon. Peace.